afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege to be here in this August gathering. Young students with extremely ambitious minds, teachers who motivate, inspire, and help the children break the barriers of mind, parents who are the lifelines of each one of us. So my journey goes like this. I hail from a small town called Sirsa, not too far away from here. I was brought up in a Marwari household with 6 other siblings. My father sent all of us to a boarding school. I was his favorite child, not because I was the best, but all my siblings were better than me, both in sports and in studies. I distinctly remember I was a below average student in school. I never scored more than a 42%. I was a backbencher, not that I liked being one. A teacher had never noticed me, and I did crave for some attention. But each time, it was comparison with my sisters who were older to me, and they were smarter. I related studies with failure. We were now moving to grade 7. Most of my classmates were happy and excited. I wasn't. Class 7 meant more books, more studies, lesser marks, more comparisons. But there wasn't a choice. Grade 7, first day of the class. Mrs. Chip was my class teacher. She was also my maths teacher. When she entered the classroom, like all children do, we all stood up to greet her. Mrs. Chip on the first day looked straight into my eye. I was a backbencher. She smiled at me. She looked at me with warmth, and she called me near her desk and asked me to clean the blackboard. It was the first time a teacher had made eye contact with me, and that also with a smile. I, of course, cleaned the blackboard. I went back smiling. There was something nice about Mrs. Chip. I began to like her. I began to do little things for her, hold books to the staff room. I couldn't get more marks, so I had to do things differently. I got a little more disciplined in her class. Mrs. Chip also had a habit of calling the students near the blackboard, and she would make them solve the sum. It was my turn one day. I was nervous. I knew after today, Mrs. Chip would stop smiling at me. She would not allow me to hold her books. And the newcomers who joined in grade 7, who became my new friends, would also get to know about my aptitude before my first term result. I think Mrs. Chip could read my mind. She could read my nervous mind. She put her hand around my shoulder and gave me a sum to solve. I solved it correct, because I think even a 5th grader could have solved it. She smiled, she applauded, the class clapped. Mrs. Chip said, if I did 5 sums each day for the next 30 days, I would change my score. Not that I believed in her word, but since I liked Mrs. Chip, I began to do 5 sums. And very soon I realized that maths became my favorite subject. To the extent that grade 7 final exams, I get a perfect score. I get 100 on 100 in mathematics. So students, don't believe your previous year's report card. You can change it. A little appreciation by the teachers, a little by the parents, and a little discipline and a little hard work is all that's needed to change your previous year's report card. We all must learn to do things that we've never done. We probably feel that we cannot do it. But the difference between a try and a triumph is very little. And the oomph in between is not too hard to conquer. So work hard and don't give away. Continue to do things that you've never done. You may just succeed. So school went off beautifully. Got a distinction in college, and my post-graduation, I was 2nd in the university. I had added confidence by then. I decided to come to Delhi. I wanted to be independent, wanted to work, wanted to fund myself, didn't want to ask my father for any more pocket money. I applied to probably every job application that was there in the newspapers. You would be surprised. The first 3 were such that, along with my appointment letter, came a perfume bottle. The second one offered me a wine bottle. It was uneasy. Probably I came from a small town. I wasn't prepared for this culture. So I didn't take up these offers. The third one said, "You're brilliant and you must come and collect your offer letter, but after 7 p.m. in a 5-star hotel in the coffee shop there." I didn't know what to do. My friends did tell me, "Take this in your style. That's the Delhi corporate culture, and go ahead and take it up." I took my colleague along with me, went to take the offer, but something within me said, that's not the place for me. I think I needed to work harder. I needed to prepare myself for subsequent interviews that were still lined up in many other organizations. Well, not much happened even then. I was either made to wait long hours at the reception, and after a wait of 4 hours, someone would come to say that this job is meant for male candidates. It's not meant for female candidates. I still continued to meet. Some perverts would come and share their personal life story with me and also say, "You're damn good and you come and take the job." I was losing faith in Delhi and the corporate culture. I thought I wasn't meant for the city. But by then, I still decided to pick up a job. I picked up a job at a showroom. I was a sales girl. I was selling upholstery material. I didn't like it. I hated my job and I disliked even my colleagues. I did give myself some time. Till the time I thought that I think enough is enough and I must return back to Sirsa. So I called up my elder sister, who's my mentor, who I like to listen to, and I called her Gigi. So I told her, I said, "Gigi, I don't think I like Delhi, I like the corporate culture, probably I'm not fit for it. I think I need to do something smaller, let me go back home, and I just needed a nod from you." She gave me a patient hearing, but she was my Gigi, and she would always give good advices. So she said, "Benu, I think you're just overreacting. Good and bad. People, experiences, situations are 2 sides of the same coin. You're bound to meet people who you would like and some you would not like. But this doesn't give you the reason to term Delhi, the capital city of the country, to say it doesn't have the right culture. If you want to make a professional career, that's the place." And she also said, "हजारों साल पहले भी देव और दैत्य एक ही धरती पे रहते थे। राम और रावण एक ही युग में थे। कृष्ण और कंस भी एक ही युग में रहते थे. Why should you imagine a world wherein you would find people who are like you, who you like? It's okay that you've not met too many pleasant people, but doesn't give you a reason to say and to imagine that you will not meet more. So carry on with your search and you're not going back. She was right, because she was my Gigi. 4 weeks hence, I get my first job. I like the job. I like the people. I get tons to learn. I also make a lot of friends. And I also find my best friend there, who I'm now married to. So, in this so-called city that I thought only had Ravans, I found my Ram there. Don't give up, guys. Don't lose faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. Every difficulty that comes, treat it like a springboard, jump over the hurdle, and reach where you want to. but we can't shy away from difficulties. They are going to come. आज हम अगर पानी भी निकालना चाहते हैं जमीन से, खोदते हैं कंकड़, मिट्टी, खारा पानी, और फिर उसके बाद ही तो मीठा पानी आता है। तो मेहनत तो हमें हर चीज में करनी पड़ेगी, और हम सोचें कि बिना मेहनत हमें सब कुछ वो मिल जाए जो हम चाहते हैं, वो ही गलत है। Every kind of experience, every kind of person comes and teaches you something. It reinforces your faith in your own thoughts. You learn to distinguish between right and wrong. And it's your call who you want to associate yourself with. We do hear sometimes, mothers would come to teachers to say, मेरे बच्चे का आप सेक्शन बदल दो, इस सेक्शन में बच्चे पढ़ नहीं रहे हैं, अच्छे नहीं हैं, मैं चाहती हूँ मेरे बच्चे की कंपनी अच्छी होए। Hey, what are you doing, parent? Right now in school you can tell the school teacher, but they are going to get exposed in the world. They need to identify between their Ram and Ravan and accordingly associate with who they think is correct. So the corporate journey went off. I got married. I had my little daughter. I was finding it difficult to keep a balance between home and office. I wanted to be a good mother. मैं अपनी माँ जैसी माँ बनना चाहती थी. And for that I thought it was important for me to quit work. I quit work, and my husband and my in-laws were very, very supportive of the decision. But my colleagues weren't. But however, when a decision had been taken, I quit work. I enjoyed bringing up Simmer. She grew very fast. I realized I had a lot of time. She soon began to go to a play school. Being in Delhi was stiff, expenses were increasing, and I thought it was important for me to get back to the corporate world. I seemed confident. I'd had a very pleasant tenure in my previous organization. तो वापस नौकरी की तलाश में बहुत जगह अप्लाई करा, बहुत लोगों ने इंटरव्यू पे बुलाया, लेकिन हर जगह एक ही क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता था. Oh, so you're a mother. Oh, you have a little child. How will you cope with the corporate pressure? हमारे यहाँ लेट सिटिंग्स बहुत होती हैं. कभी कभी इंटरनेशनल ट्रैवल बहुत एक्सटेंडेड हो जाता है. To which I'd say, I'm prepared. I have a support system. I've got a beautiful mom sitting at home. Mommy is there to take care of Simmer. But somewhere down the line, my motherhood came in between. I didn't get my break. I tried, was willing to compromise on probably everything, on my designation, on your salaries, but I didn't get a break. कुछ तो करना ही था. तो ट्यूशन्स लेने लगे. आसपास के बहुत सारे बच्चे थे और उन सबको मैथ्स पढ़ाने लगे. Till the time, Colonel Verma, who was my boss, he came to me and he said, listen, Benu, I have a small assignment. I need to hire 5 sales executives for my new organization. And I want you to do this. This will give you a platform for you to open up a small firm. You'll be able to balance life between home and office, and take as much assignment as you want. I loved to hear him because he believed in me more than my own self. He saw something in me that probably I didn't see myself. I wondered. It was all nice, but I was clueless of this work. All throughout, I was doing a sales profile, a human resource. How the hell am I going to get you people? From where? Delhi is a big place. Before refusing to him, I thought, let me just bounce these thoughts deep within myself. Let me bounce these thoughts with my friend. But I was all set. I knew I wouldn't be able to do it because I didn't come from a business background. Both my husband and my in-laws, they were working. And they actually come from the defense background. And people from defense, in any case, they don't like business. And I didn't know B of business either. I thought I'm going to release an advertisement. A small one was too small. Who would see this? A big one was actually 50,000 rupees. I didn't have that money. So I decided to visit this friend of mine who was doing a short course at the National Institute of Sales. When I met her, before I was meeting her, I was waiting at the reception. I heard 3 young boys talking about how desperately they were looking at a job. I reached out to them and I told them, that's the address, that's the telephone number. There's an HR company here. They are hiring aggressively for some large multinational organizations, and if they needed a job, they should come. I went back home before meeting my friend, converted my servant quarter into an office, pulled up my daughter's desk and a sofa, put some calendar, pen, clad myself in a sari, and I was all set to meet the young boys. I prayed that they really came. God was kind. They came, gave them a little talk about the organization, did some mock interviews, and I sent them for an interview. Next day, 2 o'clock, they come back with chocolates and flowers. And this time the chocolates, I loved it. The flowers, I loved it. They came back saying all 3 of them had a job offer from DHL, which was a German multinational organization. They were thankful. In the first 10 days, I placed 5 sales executives and I'd earned 50,000 rupees. That was how I started Jumbo Consultants. For a couple of months, I was the receptionist, I was the executive, and I was the manager. I did these 3 jobs comfortably. Today at Jumbo, we are more than 100 people. We have a pan-India presence, and we place more than 200 young and old talent, and we help them pursue their dreams. I'd like to say, have mentors in life. It's important for people to believe in you, and if you find them, believe in them. Cultivate a relationship with them. And again, don't give up so soon. Have patience. If we all learn to Sapsidi ka khel, the snake and ladder game, khelenge, सांप भी काटेगा, difficulties, struggles will come. फिर एक सीढ़ी मिलेगी, ऊंचा चढ़ेंगे. लेकिन अगर हम डाइस खेलना ही छोड़ देंगे, if we stop making efforts, we will never reach the end. So continue making your efforts, continue facing the struggles, and you shall reach your goal one day. I'd like to end by saying, students, don't believe in your previous year's report card. You can change it. To every struggle, every difficulty comes with a little opportunity hidden beneath. We just need to tap it, scratch it, and it comes right your way. While doing all this, so I'm the director at Jumbo Consultants. I'm also the director at Tiger Logistics, where we have more than 350 people. And 5 years back, I opened an NGO called Parva. It's an NGO where we have 5,000 student volunteers who are working towards reducing the carbon footprint on this planet Earth. I believe in the student power. I believe in the youth. The youth is going to change the country. The youth will make we, the Indians, India as the next superpower. So we must believe in ourselves and our youth. Thank you so much.